Section 11 of the Church Heritage Manual deals with finishing the Gospel Commission. I am Eddie Ewoh. Ellen White warned the church that as the end approaches, the work will have to be done under intensely difficult circumstances. A list of just a few of those circumstances will have to include strife, war, and jealousy among nations and tribes, instability in the business world, accidents by land, sea, and air, calamities in the natural world, including floods, drought, earthquakes, hurricanes, and so on, starvation and privation at unprecedented levels, undue nationalism and provincialism fragmenting society, political strife and turmoil, collapse of society through destruction of the family, loss of discipline, perversion of morals. Because we as church members are also part of society around us, these things impact us as much as they do others. We must therefore seek ways of preventing the negative influences of that which is within our sphere of action and help others cope with those negative influences over which there are no easy controls or solutions. Among God's people, there is to exist a spirit of love and brotherhood. Though scattered among all nations, we are to be one from theory to practice, just as John the Baptist was the herald of the first coming of the Lord. So the remnant church is to herald the second coming. The church has been able to keep pace with the technological age we live in by constantly finding ways to applying the new inventions to our mission. It will be very difficult to adequately summarize all these efforts into just a few words. But here are a few evidences of continued advance in the proclamation of the three angels' messages. At the General Conference Annual Council meeting of October 2020, GTN began his remark to the Annual Council delegates with an emphasis on membership and the calling of the Adventist Church. During his report, Eng shared most recent membership of the worldwide church. In 2018, there were 21,414,779 members in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. In 2020, there are 21,760,076 members in the church, an increase of 345,297 compared to 2018. The membership is constituent of 41% Africans, 30% Latin Americans, 19% Asians, 6% North Americans, 3% Oceanians, and 1% Europeans. It is reported that since 1965, 40,421,554 people have been members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. In 55 years, 40% of this number have chosen to leave. On the worldwide mission landscape, the Adventist Church emphasizes on two anchors: global mission and mission awareness. The global mission facet focuses on church planting, putting Christ's method into practice, and serving unreached people. This part of the Adventist mission includes initiatives such as Total Employment Ministries, Global Mission Centers, Urban Centers of Influence, and Global Mission Pioneers. Mission awareness, on the other hand, focuses on mission offerings and gathering support for mission from various avenues, including publication of magazines and quarterly mission stories, and through also social media, internet TV, and digital technologies. Church planting is at the core of the Global Mission Initiative. It is reported that while in 2018 a new church was opened about every 4 hours, in 2019 that figure increased to a new church open every 3.62 hours. There are currently church planting projects in 95 countries. Members are now found in well over 200 countries of the world. The Adventist Church has a long history of media-based communication, having grown out of the Millerite movement in the 1840s, which heavily used the print media. Some of the media ministries are directly funded by the church, while others are self-supporting organizations that rely on donations. Adventist broadcast ministries have engaged in worldwide outreach through numerous campaigns and rallies. The Adventist World Radio also conducts a worldwide outreach, mostly via software radio transmissions and also by AM/FM, satellite, internet, including social media platforms and direct home satellite radio transmissions. Broadcasting is currently done from 10 transmitter sites in Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Public evangelism has gone out of this world by broadcasting via satellite, reaching millions of people around the world. Seventh-day Adventists use these ministries to share Christ-centered messages, Bible studies, documentaries, preaching, teaching, vegetarian cooking, health, nature, music, and weekly church services through live stream on YouTube and Vimeo channels and social media to share with the entire world. State-of-the-art printing presses now produce many tons of books and periodicals annually. Pathfinders even helped finance and assemble a plane that went into mission service at the beginning of the new millennium. The approach of the church towards well-being is four-dimensional holistic health: mental, physical, spiritual, and social. It believes in whole person care, which addresses each of these dimensions like Christ ministered to the whole person. Seventh-day Adventist healthcare institutions, including hospitals, medical, dental clinics, nursing and retirement homes, rehabilitation centers, etc., operates as part of the community and nation in which they function. In representing the love of Christ to these communities, the health of the community and the nation is a concern to each institution. At the various levels of church leadership, certain departments and associations have been mandated to identify and reach every unreached people groups around the world. This includes Adventist chaplaincy ministries, children ministries, communication, education, family ministries, health ministries, ministerial association, planned giving and trust services, public affairs and religious liberty, publishing, Sabbath school personal ministries, stewardship, women's ministries, youth services, Adventist membership systems, Adventist mission, Adventist professionals network, Adventist review ministries, Adventist volunteer services, archives, statistics and research, auditing GCAS, global software and internet, Office of Human Resources, Human Resources Services, Information Technology Services, Institute of World Mission, International Personnel Resources and Services, Office of General Counsel, Seventh-day Adventist Accounting Software, SunPlus. An agency designed to help those affected by disaster or extreme poverty was organized as the Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA, and is a leader among voluntary agencies in helping those who find themselves in great need. The educational system is still the largest Protestant parochial school system in the world, with 2018 data indicating 5,915 elementary schools, 2,435 secondary schools, 141 colleges and universities, with a total enrollment of more than 1 million a year. In early 1978, the total world membership of the church reached 3 million. Only 40 years later, in 2018, the membership passed 20 million. In 1978, the church had expanded its influence through the use of 590 languages. By 1998, 735 languages were being used, and in 2020, work is conducted in nearly 900 different languages. Under 30 age groups comprises more than 70% of the church membership. Missionaries continue to spread the gospel to all parts of the world. These are but a few examples of fulfillment of the commission to go to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. Significant anniversaries beginning in 1960 and forward, the church began celebrating various anniversaries which have helped to remind us of God's leading in the past. However, they also remind us that we have not yet reached the promised rest spoken of at the close of Hebrews chapter 11. 1960 marked the 100th of the adoption of the name Seventh-day Adventist. 1961 marked the 100th of the formation of the first conference. 1963, 100th of the organization of the denomination. 1966 marked the 100th of the first sanitarium, the first hospital. 1968 marked the 100th of the first camp meeting. 1972, 100th of organized educational system. 1974, 125th of the first periodical, 100th of the first missionary. 1976 marked 50th of camping ministry. 1979 marked 100th of the first youth society. 1980 marked 100th of the first conference outside of North America, which held in Denmark. 1981 marked 100th of the death of James White. 1993 marked 100th of the work opening in Southern Asia, India specifically. 1997 marked the 75th of the Pathfinder classes. 1996 marked the 50th of the first Pathfinder club in California. 1999 marked the 100th of the youth ministries. 2000 marked the 50th of World Pathfinders. 2014 marked the 100th of Adventism in Nigeria. There is so much more to unpack in this series if you desire to stay with us. This is coming to you from the Youth Ministries Department of West Central African Division.